Yo, 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 yo. We back, we back, we back. Yo, do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Much better? Hold on, do y'all hear me? Yo, you clear as fuck.
Now you gotta see with that, it's still clear.
Yo, yo, yo. Alright, cool, cool. Yo, we back. Like I said, yo, this is Graph Champs. Yo, I gotta put on my theme song again. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Shit alive, we back. Huh? Oh shit. Yo, y'all don't hear the do y'all hear the Graph Champs song?
Shout out the Graph Champs. Welcome to the Graph Champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the Graph Champs.
Yo, Graph Champs, we back. Graph Champs, we got two DX in the building. Salute to everybody. Salute to my brother F Boom. Salute to my brother Diablo. Salute to my Straight 16 family. I just did a whole intro and you know what I'm saying, we had a sound check. I had to cut the video off and start it again, so I'm not gonna go through the whole intro again. But shout out to everybody. Yo, rest in peace to KC, to all the fallen soldiers. Salute to everybody that supported the merch. You know what I'm saying, keep ordering, you know what I'm saying, help a nigga out, you know what I'm saying, spread the motherfucking love. And we coming back right now with DEK 2DX right now.
Shit alive. Here we go. Yo, salute my nigga Joey Cost. Salute to my nigga Expertise. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Salute to Barcelona. You heard Spain in the house. As a matter of fact, I have another Spaniard in the house. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my brother Rav NBK. Salute to my motherfucking brother Joe 21. My brother Babe. My motherfucking brother Nico. You know what I'm saying? Fast. One of the truck kings. You know what I'm saying? Yo, a lot of 2DX in the building. Salute. I see you minus. Damn, I'm accepted. Minus. Oh, salute my nigga JRC. You heard that nigga said minus is dope. Oh, yo, salute NV. Yo, we back. Jack, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear now. You're much better.
Oh, thank God. Yo, here we go. Yo, so damn, we were talking about it before. I have to just say it again for the video, you know, for the replay value and shit. So you're a very important writer that bridged the gap between the street graffiti and the art. And at the time that you came out, you really had it on your shoulders and carried the torch. So we're very honored, and we salute every thing that you put into the game. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, Jack. You heard? Thank you for coming on Graph Champs.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, man. Thank you, man. It was an honor to meet you when we did, and thank you for putting those solos together, man.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna start from the beginning. What got you into graffiti in the first place? How did it happen?
I think it was just, bro, just being a kid from Brooklyn and just seeing what's going on. When you young and just out the crib, you start, just seeing what's on the walls. It's in the music, it's in the culture, and even at that time, it was very prevalent. So I think it was just, I, I didn't get into it. It got into me in a weird kind of way. Pause.
Well, around what years was this?
I would say I kind of jumped off the stoop like end of '96. You know what I'm saying? Like I was catching little bullshit tags and markers and whatnot. Even earlier than that. But I feel like the time where I said like, let this be a real thing. I think it was like probably like in the '96, beginning of '97. I mean, I was definitely had the interest and all kind of things prior, but I feel like when I first started to make moves was around that time.
And in those years, there was a lot of shit going on, boy.
Yeah, there was a lot of going. There's a lot of heat going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of legends putting in the work. A lot of, and I was looking at the chat here, and somebody said shout out to DEK VIC. I just want to quickly just say that, like, that's how far back in graffiti I went, where you didn't know what was on the scene. There wasn't like a directory to go to and like see walls, see writers, see all of this. You know what I mean? It was just, you was just out there. It was the game was still very young and very primitive. So, you pick a name, you pick a style, you do your thing, and it was difficult. Like I said, I was out the gate like 96, 97. So I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So just seeing what's going on, seeing neighborhood things, seeing like writers, seeing like just the idea of learning how to like do a throw up properly, tags and spots and et cetera, et cetera. It just, it took time, it took energy, and it took you also getting out the crib. It wasn't something where you could just kind of like, sit on the toilet and see what the game is. You know what I mean? You have to be very actively out of your crib.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to make it clear too. So salute to DEK VIC, bro. He was even
Absolutely.
Before my era.
Absolutely.
And he was a king, and he's a big influence on me and Bushwick and just graffiti in the whole. He's one of them dudes and everything. We interviewed him. You know what I'm saying? And he's the man and shit. And DEK, he killed it. You know
and you said he was a king. He's still a king. You feel me?
No, yeah,
still a king.
Yeah, nah, he still is a king. Thank you for saluting me. I mean, for correcting me. But yeah, he's still out there. Salute to my brother DEK VIC, and then you came with DEK, and
I think there was a few more people who had the name. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was a kid when I even thought of the name. So just kind of the simplicity in the name. Now, obviously, later on in life, you realize like, wow, it's 3 letters, and it's obvious that maybe somebody has this name. But again, when you're 14, 15 years old, I wasn't raised in Bushwick. You know what I mean? I don't know what was going on that scene. I'm a Flatbush kid. You know what I'm saying? So if you wasn't up in Flatbush, you wasn't up in East Flatbush, you wasn't up in like Canarsie at the time. Like I wasn't on that wave yet. You feel me? And I can admit that. You know what I mean? But also with me admitting that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't give somebody who put in work and also like definitely like pioneered the game. Like I gotta shout the homie out. I mean, I've never met the man, and I'm the name's a similarity, and I feel like some people enjoy stoking that, but I'm not like really with that. I'm more in the sense of just like, yo, shout out to you, because each one of these letters make up the paragraph that makes up the story, that makes up the novel of what this game is. You feel me? So he deserves his shine too. So shout out to him, and shout out to everybody in the chat that's shouting him out.
That's a fact. Salute to motherfucking DEK. So then now it's the obvious question. So how did you? Was DEK your first tag? By the way.
Nah, man. Nah, man. I had a few different names before. I don't think nothing that I really took serious. I can't hear you, bro.
What was your first name?
Oh,
what was your first name?
Scam. SKAM. You know what I'm saying? Because me and the homies was racking heavy. We would anything that wasn't staple to the store, we were taking it. You feel me? So we all had like a little hustle, and we were all wearing like Columbia jackets at the time. You know what I'm saying? The joint where you can have the fleece, almost like North Face. You got the fleece, then like the thicker liner, then the raincoat part, like the Parker. You know what I mean? So we were always just being wild ass kids. You know what I mean? So something like this, something real primitive, and it was cool though. You know what I mean? It was fun. It was the starter name. It was to figure out what this was, and it was a little preliminary name, and eventually just playing with different words and letters and everything. I think that came into play, and I feel like I just obviously stayed solid with that.
So how long was you rocking DEK until somebody told you, yo, there's another DEK? What's wrong with you?
I think at that time, this was like, so like, it's going to show the age. At that time, it was like, there was really no outlet to communicate. There were like chat boards and shit like that, but that shit wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't tied into the community. I think when like AOL popped off and like the AOL chat room, that's when like things started floating around. But I mean, you know how the chat room was, bro. It was just people in there bullshitting, talking shit, you know, doing all kinds. So you know, it's just like, oh, fake deck, or and shout out to my brother Fame, PHAME. You know what I'm saying? Fame from Brooklyn, my partner that I came here with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, we were young. We were like, 14. We were kids. You know what I mean? And you're fake Fame. You're fake this. But also, there was calling every name in the street you see up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it came into play to be like, oh, there was somebody older than me, I think I was like very well established in the name. I was comfortable with it. And also like observing the guy's legacy, I could clearly see like, I have, obviously the guy influenced multiple people, but I wasn't under that influence because I never seen his name or knew anything about him. I think when I was already in my 20s is when I kind of got with somebody that gave me like more detail and be like, yo, man, this is dude from here. And I think, I ain't talking on the man business, but I know the man wasn't around for a little while. And when he wasn't around for a little while, unfortunately, a lot of the history got, kept for another time. You know what I'm saying? And when it did, I think I was well established when I was able to like digest that. But prior to that, I was just focused on me and just, our team,
So what as soon as you started writing and shit and you settled on the name DEK, was it like you know what, I'm gonna go hard, like that was the mind state from the beginning to just kill shit, or was it like a play
Yeah,
around shit?
that was the mind state of I think once I kind of locked in on the name, like just working on a proper hand style at the time, working on a proper throw up. Once I kind of got those things down, then it was just like, all right, it's about location, it's about putting it up everywhere. It started with something simple, with like like I said, the boy Scam was around, so like I was racking markers. We had silvers for days, we all kind of decos. We were killing the poles, we were killing the mailboxes, and that kind of like brought me out of Flatbush in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like in those days, this is the Disneyland version of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like back in those days, like I said, I was from Flatbush. I couldn't be in Bushwick just walking around. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be in the Bronx. You couldn't be in certain areas because people knew who you were. Those people they were native to that neighborhood. So if you walk down the block, they're like, nigga, I don't know you. Where you from? You feel me? So like, I really didn't have no reason to leave the hood until Graffiti. And then when Graffiti is just like, I want this pole, then I want this mailbox. Yo, I want this wall, then I want that. You know what I'm saying? And I linked up with the homie Fame, PHA, and me. We went to high school together. And he was younger than me, but he was definitely hella aggressive with the game. You feel me? Like he definitely, I would say, he definitely pushed me. 100%, he pushed me to just get better, or just like And we were good friends. So it's, man, you fucking soft, my nigga. Like we went over here. I went out 2 nights ago. I did 6 fillings. I did 8 fillings. So it was really like a competition among friends, to be honest with you. Because if I miss out on a day, I miss out on an adventure. If he missed out on a day, he missed out on an adventure. So we were just kind of trying to compete with each other, but we were like, fucking 2 peas in a pod,
Yeah, that's dope,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And you said you from Flatbush, so when you first started, like did anyone from Flatbush influence you, like like who was killing shit in Flatbush?
I think the initial person that I think most people, when they think about Flatbush, is Dink PBS. You know what I'm saying? And Dink was fucking surgical with his shit. You know what I'm saying? Rooftops, gates, the top of the roll box. You know what I mean? Like handle beef immaculately. You know what I'm saying? So being from Flatbush, there was people in Flatbush. You know what I mean? Like niggas on my block, everything. Everyone would see the name. You know what I'm saying? So like we thought it was like a gang. We didn't even think it was a single person. We thought Dink PBS was like a whole gang, and there was multiple people writing Dink PBS. You know what I'm saying? That's how much work he was putting in. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, just seeing him, I would say like the whole Flatbush experience. That's like, Boner, HSB, that's fucking Blizz, BTH, Fruit Punch, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Seth and Dare 2, you know what I'm saying? DBJ, you know what I'm saying? Just like, there was a whole wave of homies out there. And at that time, the homie Webb, Chaos Inc. lived in the hood. So like, seeing even like an old school guy like that, like, brought a lot of energy to it, because you saw the aggressiveness of the street, but you also saw the finer side of the game also. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was very privy to like, and I also lived by the dead tracks. So living by the dead tracks was like a no-brainer. Like that was my shortcut to go to the park, because all I did was play basketball. It was basketball, graffiti, and curls. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just crossing through these tracks as a shortcut to go to the park where I used to play ball at. It just became like, yo, what is this drawing on the wall? What is this? What is that? And one day I took a trip with my pops to the mall, and we went to Barnes and Nobles, and I seen Subway art. Once I saw that, it was over. You know what I'm saying? Once I saw Subway art, once I like opened the book and I looked through it, it was just like, all right, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do this. Like, I want to try this. You know what I'm saying? And it just being able, and I'm lucky that I was able to like get that influence early and be like, all right, I know the tags and throw-ups and shit in the street, but there's also this. How can I flex in both communities? You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I would say like, you know, the thing. Oh, shout out to Wiser. Wiser SBD passed away. You know what I'm saying? Big influence. You know what I'm saying? Always like, again, Flatbush was like crazy with it. There was a lot of graffiti going down over there. You know what I'm saying? So there was a whole scene going on there, and also like, you know, I live in Flatbush Junction. So that's kind of like the middle of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So if I go south from there, I would see a lot of the southern graffiti. You know what I'm saying? South Brooklyn graffiti. I went north from there, I would see all the north graffiti. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good area to just like take a bus or a train north or south, and you see countless amount of riders. You know what I mean?
So when you and Fame started going crazy and shit, was it like premeditated, or y'all would just randomly go anywhere, or you was like peeping spots? How was the method of bombing?
Well, initially, well, definitely never just random. You know what I'm saying? Again, we were like high school kids. You know what I'm saying? And you know, be it how you want to look at it, like I grew up under a strict family, so like me being able to like go bombing at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and watch the sun come up, that just wasn't him. That wasn't on the menu for me at that age. You know what I'm saying? So we planned everything accordingly. We went to high school together, and we would have fucking, you know, periods 0 through 10. We made sure we programmed ourselves to go 0 through like 5 classes. By that time, we were out of class at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We would bring spray paint to school, put it in the locker room, and wintertime, you in school, the sun is already down by 3. So at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we would take the N line, we would take the Q line, it was the D line back then, from Flatbush, all the way to Stillwell, from Stillwell to the N line, and we started on the N line, and we'd be on live tracks at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday. We finished painting like around 7:30, 8 p.m., back at home at 9, we good to go for the next day of school, you know what I'm saying? And we brought paint every day to school. And that was just a program. We just like get the subway map and be like, all right, we're gonna do from here to here. We have enough spots here, all right, we're gonna do from here to here. All right, we can't do right there. Here, there's a camera here. Go to the next stop. And we wanted to make sure we got the Manhattan bound and like the other destination bound. Like, you know what I mean? It was about more, you know what I mean? And at the time we thought we were good, so we weren't like great, but it was about more. You know what I'm saying?
So what about your throw? What was your first throwing?
I'd say my first throw was definitely like a combination of this thing here. It's a little bit more refined now, but at the time it was, you know, had a little bubble on the bottom and a couple of other things, but it served its purpose. It did what it did, you know what I mean? And I was happy when I did it, you know what I mean?
So who else did you bomb with besides Fame?
Well, I would say that it was almost always a combination of with Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always me and him. We always had like a game plan. We made sure we brought enough paint. Like, we brought gloves. Like, Fame was very, and still is very, like, on point. You feel me? So like that made me have to be on point to like also keep up with the mission. And he and I, we you know, we were running around for a while. You know, it was just me and him, or like me, him, and another homie we would meet. But I think one day we went to this store on Broadway that's no longer there anymore. It's called Yellow Rat Bastard, or it was called Yellow Rat Bastard. And we bump into a homie named Bazaar. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bazaar URN, definitely my OG. You know what I'm saying? And when we bumped into Bazaar, like, I'm not sure if anybody remembers that place, that store, but the store kind of like let you catch tags in the store. So as soon as we walk to the store, we see graffiti all over the place. We're like, oh shit, like, what is this? And he was already peeping us because, you know, he worked in the store. So he just kind of like rolled up from behind a rack, like, yo, what y'all doing? What y'all write? And we were just like, you know, you know, we let him know. He was like, oh, I know, I heard of you guys. He got on the phone with his homie Smirk. Once he got on the phone with Smirk and we chopped it up for a little while and Smirk was familiar with us, we just decided to link. And once we linked with Smirk, it was, you know, we just became 2DX gang, you know what I mean? And once 2DX was formed, that was, you know, it just, you know, too damn extreme, you know what I'm saying? And all we wanted to do was paint. It was always like a lineup, you know, me, him, Smirk, you know what I'm saying? We find a spot, and it's me, him, Smirk, or any kind of combination of that. But we made sure we like ran a line, you know what I'm saying? And we were again very methodical about it, very like, you know, and Smirk was the connect to North Brooklyn for me. You know what I'm saying? Smirk knew the Bushwick streets. So at that time, I'm a Flatbush kid. I'm going to like South Brooklyn. I'm going to like Canarsie. I'm like downtown Brooklyn, Park Slope, kind of like Gowanus area. Smirk was the plug for East New York, Brownsville, like, you know, Glendale, you know, Ridgewood, all of these areas where like I wasn't really familiar with the stomping grounds. But like, you asked me if we were like going crazy or on point. Smirk would people's spot, and we would meet him in the city, meet him wherever, and we would walk there. No tags, no feelings, no nothing. From where we meet to where we going. And it was just kind of like, yo, if we veer off the plan, unforeseen things can happen. If we stay on the plan, we good. And I would say for the most part, everything went well. You know what I mean? Definitely
Was
for the
there
most part.
what do you have a bomb that just you destroy shit so ill crazily that you would just always remember that bomb? Do you have one like that?
I would definitely say it's probably with I'd have to say that's a adventure for like the 5MH dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, painting with 5MH was a fucking adventure. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Shout out to Kel, 5MH. We would we'd have the van, and the van would fit like 6 of us. We drive to like, for example, like Bushwick. We'd be in Bushwick on like Broadway and Gates. And it's just like the mentality was like, yo, if 6, 7 of us are painting at the same time and a car rolls down on us, we run 6 different directions, nobody's getting caught. And that's all we did for like a few years. It's just like fill up the MPV van, drive the MPV van, pull up to a location, and just like no lookouts, just rock. The minute you hear lights or the minute you hear something, run in every single direction. 2 cops are just, they ain't gonna know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You chase one person, there's less people to get caught. And it was, you know, it was always like high adrenaline, running around, like getting it done. And you know what I'm saying? Like definitely 5MH. 5MH was a good era, man. That was like right before 9/11 time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 5MHs.
Shout out to the whole 5, my nigga, motherfucking Kel. You heard Jukes,
Yeah.
Suave, 9
Jukes,
Volt.
man. You
You know what
you
I'm
posted
saying?
a sticker just now, Jukes, right? Is that you showed, am I mistaken? You
Yo,
showed the sticker?
no, that was Joust,
Oh, my
KGB,
apologies. My apologies. My apologies. The chop shop. My apologies.
the Chop
But
Shop,
the
word,
chop
word.
shop. That was a good ass fucking video.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, so now you fucking come out, boom, your deck, it's 96, 97, 98, and shit. Who else is killing shit at the time that like in the game was like, did anyone else inspire you that was killing shit in the game and in general at the time?
There was a lot of homies out there putting in work. I want to say there's a lot of homies putting in work. I want to shout out to Remo BTB. Still to this legend, I think Remo is a fucking street killer. You know what I'm saying? Like
My nigga Mo.
Remo had tunnels, Remo had walls, Remo had beef. You name it. You know what I'm saying? Like Remo put in his fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Remo BTB. I want to say that there was a lot of people out there putting in work. When I was that young, you know what I'm saying? Forgive me if I can't say all the names now. Maybe periodically I might shout some more names out. But I think one of the crews who I want to say at that time, like hands down, was like killing it. I'm talking about these niggas is in the Bronx, these niggas is in parts of Long Island, these niggas is in Brooklyn, and it's just like consistent fills, big, and I would say that's YKK. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, I was seeing YKK crushing. You know what I'm saying? Like they were all over the place, and you know they handled their beef very well. Shout out to Dink PBS. Bink was definitely somebody who was definitely killing because at that time, like you know, he was crushed from Flatbush, but then you know niggas started leaving the hood more. You know, damn, bro. Definitely the YK case was putting in work. Definitely, I would say like, damn, who else? I seen Rush. ZE was putting in mad work. I love to see ZE shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rush. You know what I'm saying? That whole South Brooklyn thing was going on. I see Genius up a lot. I would see fucking RN, SN. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna shout out a bunch of names who I know who's putting in work at that time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bags BP. I'll say shout out to shout out to Rehab. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Post. Shout out to 8. You know what I'm saying? Sins for sure. Sins for sure. Sins was a fucking killer, bro. R.I.P. Sins, man. Sins was a fucking killer in the game. Those Bronx niggas, those BT niggas, they were all over every fucking area in Brooklyn before I got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would get to a spot and be like, oh, we got walls over here. Next thing I know, I turn around, all these BT niggas. You know what I'm saying? Fucking definitely Remo was all over the place. Fucking damn, bro. I'm just gonna keep shouting names out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Boner. Boner was a killer. You know what I'm saying? Boner HSB. You know what I'm saying? He was all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. There's so many names to name out there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Tabe. Tabe was going out there. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people putting in work. Spec. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Spec. You know what I'm saying? Spec. Spec is one of the guys who definitely, I feel like he influenced a lot of the game, man. Spec was a different kind of individual, man. He was very creative, very up. His tags were dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, there was a lot of dudes putting in work. Yeah, I see somebody in the chat that just said Near KGB. Near is such a fucking beast, man. He was so fucking good. You know what I'm saying? That whole team was fucking putting in work from the Bronx, man. It was great to see. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope because, you would have to go places to see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't just like be lucky enough to just open your phone and just like, oh man, these guys hit this gate. Like, just seeing that shit in person was fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's all a surprise. You ride the fucking 4 train, get off on like the second to last stop. You start walking around. You're like, holy shit, these motherfuckers got this shit fucking shut down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ACC crew. You know what I'm saying? They were killing it in the Sunset area. You know what I'm saying? Definitely putting in that work down there, putting in that pain. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a plethora of names to like just go through. You know what I'm saying? That definitely put in the work and influenced the game, man.
Did you ever meet like any of those dudes like when you was young coming up bombing?
Yeah, man. I feel like that like community was like that Soho area. You know what I'm saying? Like Soho, Broadway, that shit was an experience, my nigga. And you knew who wrote because you see fucking 30 heads coming down the block all wearing fucking Gore-Tex. You know what I'm saying? Or all standing in front of EMS. You know what I'm saying? So like we knew each other. We could see each other. You know what I'm saying? And chilling at that McDonald's right over there by NYU on Broadway, like you kind of just bumped into everyone. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of the Bronx niggas hung out there. So chilled a bunch of Brooklyn niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? So a few names that I did mention, I knew these guys. I still know these guys, and I had the opportunity to chop it up with them when we were like young, and and all of them influenced me too. Cause seeing them up also was just like, damn, I got to put my name up too. Or like, these niggas came through the Q line. I gotta go put my work in over here on this line. You know what I mean? So a lot of those dudes, you know what I'm saying, I had the opportunity to meet, and it wasn't an internet. Like, you couldn't like digitally meet people. You had to like be out there to like meet people. You know what I mean? So definitely that era when I was out there hanging out a lot on Broadway was cross paths with a lot of artists.
Now, was you a artist, any type of artist, before you even got into graffiti?
I think just simple shit, just drawing cartoons and fucking Transformers, and definitely like Marvel comics, and just the regular shit that kind of influenced all of us as artists. You know what I mean? All the old school comics, all the, you know what I mean, all that Marvel, all that, Batman early comics and shit like that. Just drawing animated things. That shit was, that just had me going drawing and shit. Fucking, fucking Ninja Turtles and shit when I was a kid. But I feel like drawing was already kind of in my blood. But then when I got to like experience drawing on a wall, that's like I can't even describe kind of like the feeling of being like, oh shit, I can use spray paint and draw this picture, but like big, and it just captivated me.
Do you,
Really did captivate
do
me.
you remember the first time you started getting feedback from Ballman?
Yeah, we were in high school. Because we were in high school, like Flatbush again, like I said at the time, like there was a lot of graffiti there. So there was a lot of graffiti in Flatbush. Like you had to get your name up, you know what I mean? And there was a lot of writers at the school. So like, you hit the lunchroom, oh shit, I saw you hit the mailbox. Oh, I saw you did the filling down the block or whatever it may be. So I feel like that was the feedback. But, we were all trying to like get our names up. So sometimes it was positive feedback, sometimes it was negative feedback, but like the community was alive. You feel me? So, and yeah, I feel like that's when I first started getting a lot of back and forth with it.
So now the throwy, bro, the throwy. How did you come up with the throwy? Because you went from doing the throwy and getting up with that, then to doing some whole other artistic shit, like changing all, everything was different and shit.
I think
So how did the throwy come
I
along?
think the throw just came along again from like a cartoony aspect. Like if you see these eyes here that I'm drawing, they're eyes. They're just like like a fucking eyes with the fucking shines in it. You feel me? So like that, it's a little artistic, some little creative to it. Throw a little mouth on it, and at the time that was enough for me. You know what I mean? I feel like this was enough for me to get the name up, and it was quick work. You know what I'm saying? So throw up, and that it worked for me at the time. As later things came on, I kind of found myself bored with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily bored with the game, but bored with what I was doing. So I decided to, just challenge myself and just try to see what I can draw and what I can't draw, and the world is your, influence, so I try to draw things that I see in my everyday, but and try to give it like my spin with my name on it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And I'm happy with trying, you feel me?
So what do you have? Are you the type of dude that takes pictures of all your joints and shit?
I I try to. I try to take a lot of pictures and like document, but I feel like sometimes, at least for myself, again, I'm only speaking for myself, but I feel like when I over document, I kind of don't live in the moment. And I enjoy having the moment. You know what I mean? Being in the moment is very, it's fun to me. You know what I mean? And I just don't want to sit there like just trying to hold the camera in my hand and drawing or, taking pictures. And, you know, I'm okay with the experience, the photography, the photos. Hopefully that comes down the line, but I definitely enjoy like feeling what's going on.
Do you do you remember the first? Do you remember the first one that you did, like the first real creative shit besides the throwy?
Um, First creative thing. Wow, that's a good one. Um, I think I was drawing different faces in the throw up. I think that was a test for me to like challenge new things. I think when me and Fame started doing our straight letters that were very similar, we had like a straight letter style that we kind of just said, hey, this is going to be the stamp. If we do this stamp, then the throw up and the like we have like we know what to do when there's a space and opportunity for it. So I think when I locked in like a straight letter that I was happy with, I think that right there set it off to be like, all right, word, I got a good combination. My tags are here, my throw up is here, my straight letter's here. And I think with the straight letter, just like anything, you keep drawing it. When I started finessing it and it was clean, I think that's when I felt very well with that. And I'm like, all right, let me see, what's next on the agenda to try to
What
create,
What's your favorite one that you did?
Favorite throw up I've done, or just like favorite piece
Yeah,
of graffiti.
the favorite. Like the crazy shit. You know what I
The
mean?
conceptual shit that I've been drawing lately.
Yeah.
I think the sewing machine one was pretty cool. I did like a
The which one?
sewing machine kind of, yeah, and that came influenced. Just quick pause. I just want to shout out to EK and everyone over at the Zexo party right now. Today they're having a Zexo event in remembrance for him. Party that shout out to Extra Catch Up Gallery that they put together in collaboration with his family for a Zexo party. And I know that's where a bunch of the homies are at right now. So shout out to all of y'all. But yeah, I was at the homie EK's gallery, and you know the homie's super creative. The homie was sitting there sewing and making shit. We smoking blunts, hanging out or whatever. So I'm just like, damn, you know, like I enjoy this, like you know, and that's I think that's where those conceptual graffiti throws come from. They come from an idea of just kind of like I can see my name everywhere and on anything. And with that, I was like, yo, I'm gonna challenge myself to see if I could draw this little fucking sewing machine. And went bombing in fucking where we went to. We went to Southside Jamaica, Queens. Yeah. And yeah, we just hopped this gate. Shout out to the homie Soon, Scam, you know what I'm saying? YK, you know what I'm saying? We were out there just fucking chilling. I saw the opportunity. I was like, yo, is this we good? And locked it in real quick. And yeah, man, I would say that was a fun one. It flowed well, and we were like in the heat of the fucking night, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Southside Jamaica, Queens is different. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, what was the easiest fucking hood to smash?
The easiest hood to smash?
Yeah.
I think it was Bushwick, man, to be real with you. Because, especially like at an early age, I want to say like 98, 99, 2000. Again, New York was different. You know what I'm saying? So was Bushwick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, graffiti was always prevalent, but I feel like there was so much more going on that graffiti was the least of the worries in Bushwick. Because Bushwick was a wild motherfucker in 98, 97, you know what I'm saying, 2000 era, you know what I'm saying? Bushwick is much chiller now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not hating on it, but I'm just saying, I feel like there was so much going on that it was just kind of like a free-for-all. It's like, yo, just paint, man. The boys ain't really worried about us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they would definitely lock your ass up, but I mean, like, with the amount of fucking shit that I seen in fucking Bushwick, they were not really worried about us. But also, I just want to say, the first time I got booked was in Bushwick, so I don't know how to classify that.
Damn.
Yeah, first time I got bagged was on Broadway and DeKalb, bro. It was on Broadway and DeKalb. There was a fucking building,
Wow.
and the building, I guess, went on fire or something like that. I had it boarded up. And me, Fame, and Smirk, we did the fire escape. And there was a fucking platform on the bottom of it, and we had a homie sitting, like laying on it, pointing up at this fire escape, and this lady saw us from across the street, and the person just like ran, and we're just like, yo, we're almost done. And boys showed up, and they just signed the light up, and we tried to like lay on the fire escape trying to be slick, and they were just like, yo, we see y'all, man, come down. And that was the first bologna sandwich.
Oh no, the bologna sandwich.
Yeah, the
That's
bologna
fucked up.
sandwich, man. That was
That's mad crazy. So yo, now I gotta pick your graffiti brain,
what's up?
bro. So here comes the crazy questions. Like who you gotta give me your top 10 or as many as you can name, whatever, favorite street bombers of all time.
Favorite street bombers of all time.
Your favorites.
I know this is biased, but I'm gonna go with Fame. Fame 2DX. That's number one. Cause that's my boy right there. And my boy pushed the shit out of me. So I gotta shout him, and I miss seeing his throw-ups. He lives in Brazil right now. So shout out to him and shout out to Bella. But favorite street bomber. I would have to say, again, man, I have to put the crown back on it. Yo, Dink PBS, like no other. You know what I'm saying? Another one, Scuff YKK, like no other. Street bombers, man. Damn. Street bombers. There's a lot of error with it when it comes to street bombers, old heads or younger heads. Street bombers. Damn, bro, I feel like you got me under pressure right now. I should have practiced this, right?
What about throwies? Throwies, who got the dopest throwies of all time?
Oh man, Giz has the fucking dopest buttery throw up, man. Giz Ecstasy, Giz MTA, his throw up is crazy. I like the homie's Genius throw up. It just flowed well. I'd see that thing up a lot. Who has a dope throw up? Smear TBV. He used to throw like a snail, and it was like yo, that shit was crazy, bro. That shit was next level. Seeing that shit, you know what I'm saying? And he was very strategic about where he put it. So it's just like it wasn't. I don't want to say it wasn't everywhere, but I want to say when you seen it, it was a pleasant surprise. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope throw up. I think he still has one on the Utica Gate. I saw somewhere in that area over there, like by Buffalo. Who is the dope throw? Smirk, man. None other than the homie, the crew prez, Smirk 2DX. He had such a fucking dope fucking. He did these like bubble things on it, like just looking out for him, just like turning around, looking at him painting. He's like, "Motherfucker, look out for me! What the fuck you looking at me for?" But it was such a dope throw, man. Shout out to Smirk 2DX. You talking about now, or you talking about back in those days? Just to clarify.
Talking about just your favorite. It could be whatever.
We're going with Minus, man. Minus has a dope throw up. Who else has a dope throw up? Minus CSF, Minus 2DX. Damn, bro. I feel like you got me racking my brain right now. Who's got a dope throw up, man? You know what I'm saying? JA.
Who's
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, man, give me a moment. I'll come back to some of these with the names, man. I got some names to throw out there. You know what I'm saying?
What you think was your most active run? Like what years?
I think it depended on like what I was aiming for at the time. I think from 97 to like maybe 99, 2000, 2001, like right after 9/11, 2001. I was just focused on like more streets, more walls. You know, we had a run where we were just aiming for straight. At that time, I wasn't heavy on tunnels. I want to say like around the year like 2000, 99, I met the homie Glue. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homie Glue, 99P. You already know the deal, my brother. Glue is a freight killer. You know what I'm saying? Like Glue is a straight freight killer. Like he wasn't worried about streets, and I think that just kind of gave me a new way of looking at the game. So I'm just like, oh, you know, I got the Q line, I got the N line, you know, I got the F line, but do I got freights? You know what I'm saying? So that's when, like, I want to say like 2000, 2001 is when the freight hunt happened. So I feel like we were super active on the freights. You know what I'm saying? And this is when New York was different. New York had a big freight community. It just wasn't the, you know, the main yard over here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at that time, Joe, shout out to Stash FTR. I mean, slash FTR. He's got a dope ass fucking throw up. Slash has got a dope ass throw up. I think at the time we were just aiming for new ways of looking at the game. I feel like in 2000 about 2003, just freights only. You know what I'm saying? I ended up moving to Florida. I went away to college, and out there, you know, I think that's also something that changed the game for me also. 'Cause I had a unit out there too, and it was time to go paint. You know, we out there, you know, on some like highway bridge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on a highway doing a throw up, but these dudes are doing like a 3-color straight line. And I feel like that pushed me too. So painting a bunch of freights from like 2003 to like maybe like 2008, that's all I focused on. Cause like that scene wasn't really about streets over there. You know what I'm saying? It was more about like highways and freights. So I think like, if you ask him what era was the most active, I gotta ask like, what exactly am I like active in? Is it freights? You know, when I came back around 2008, we started doing a shit ton of tunnels. You know, like we were chasing tunnels.
What's your favorite thing to do out of all three?
Streets. So I feel like it depended on what I was aiming for at the time, but definitely freights was a big thing, man.
What's your favorite thing to do out of all three? Tunnels, freights, because it's totally different shit.
I would say honestly, man, it depends what I'm painting with. You know what I mean? Like as you can see, I'm down for anything, but it just depends what I'm painting with. I'm very happy with all of them. Right now, I'm a little bit off streets. I'm just chilling because New York is like very oversaturated. But I definitely, you know, love doing freights. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love doing cutty spots. You know what I mean? Like I definitely love doing track sides. Track sides is my favorite. You know what I mean? I feel like so many people overlook track sides. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, you know, streets is dope. You know, streets is always dope. But, you know, track sides is a part of New York too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, crushing the streets is dope. But I love me a good whole car. I love me a good panel. I love me a good end to end, you know, and, you know, just working with all of those. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Graph now? Like,
I think Graph now is still dope, man. You know, more people are painting, more people have options for it. You know what I mean? There's Graffiti is like like rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop has so many different genres of it now. You know what I'm saying? It isn't just backpack rap or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know, people who focus, you know, on tags, people who trying to do streets, people who trying to do hang down, people who are doing now rappel. You know what I mean? So like, I think the game is dope. You know, so a lot of people being more active, a lot of people, you know, bringing new insights to the game, you know, influencing all of us. You know what I mean? Especially with social media, that's definitely
What do
helping.
you think about that? What do you think about that repelling shit? So that shit is retarded.
I think it's cool, man. Repelling ain't new, man. Like that shit's been around in Europe for a long time. You know what I mean? It's just catching on to like New York. You know what I'm saying? So I think catching on to New York, you know, or not, forgive me, not to say New York. I feel like it's big now being influenced in the United States. But that shit was in, you know, Europe for a while, and I think that shit's fire, man. You know? I mean, I'm not online to do it, but you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's putting in that work. You know what I mean? That's their graffiti, and you know, it's good to see it. You know what I mean? It's good to see the game continuously, you know, evolving.
Tell me one of your craziest bombing stories, or what's your craziest bombing story?
My craziest bombing stuff. I'll tell you a crazy story. How about that? I can't. There's too many for the bombing one, but all right. So, yo, shout out to everybody in this story. I'm not gonna name no names because you know this shit was wild. But yo, my nigga, why we almost got bodied in Puerto Rico, bro? Yo, Puerto Rican police are wild, my nigga. Puerto Rican police are wild, my nigga. So we went out there, you know, we doing our thing. Yo, we were wilding in Puerto Rico, my nigga. We were wilding. And like one day we pushed like 5 carts easily. You know what I'm saying? Like the truck was completely full of paint. Complete, like there was no more room. You know what I'm saying? We went out painting, yo, just during the pandemic also. So we was crushing. We went through like 5 containers of paint in the night. That's how many fillings we did. You know what I'm saying? So we out there chilling. We went, like I said, we put in a lot of work. You know what I mean? Next day we wake up, yo, let's go to the beach. Let's go have a good time. Let's go chill. You know, Puerto Rico, la. Yo, while we turn on the news, and we are on the news, my nigga. We are on Puerto Rican news. Like, have you seen this guy? And like I said, it's during the pandemic, so everybody's got a mask on their face. So like, you really couldn't see us. You know what I'm saying? But when you see yourself on the TV screen, you know who you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, oh shit, like these niggas, like these are these niggas. Like, yo, that's us right there. So we nervous as fuck. We still go to the beach, have a good time, come back. When we come back to the crib, we all looking at our phone. Niggas is hitting us like, yo, you rode on some nigga's gate, and that nigga is not the nigga to fuck with. So we like, oh shit, like it seemed like we rode on some fucking goon ass nigga's gate, and he ain't happy about it. So the nigga put a hit out on us. You know what I'm saying? So we like, yo, what the fuck we gonna do? First things first, we get rid of the paint because we have shit in the paint. Then we end up fucking returning the rental. We turn the rental. We return the rental. When we return the rental, these niggas is waiting on us, like a store owner. So, because I guess he through his video, he saw what vehicle we were in. So as soon as we got back to the rental place, and when I told him, I was like, yo guys, let's return this shit to the airport. We at the airport, we're a little bit more safer rather than returning this shit on some like cutty ass street in the back streets of Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? So we like, all right, fuck it. We return the car at the airport. As we return the car at the airport, I see this dude kind of like creeping behind columns in the parking lot. I'm like, what's wrong with this crazy ass nigga? And I'm with the homies, so I'm like, yo. This nigga turn around, and this nigga run down on us. He has like a video on his phone, and he's like, yo, this is you. This right here, that's you. And he's pointing at my homie. So like, we all like kind of bimmy. We all like, oh shit. Because, you know, this like midnight. You know what I'm saying? At the airport, like, yo, we got to dip on this old man. So we're trying to dip. He starts screaming. Next thing you know, fucking, and this ain't NYPD, man. This Puerto Rican cops. These things got bulletproof vests and ARs. You know what I'm saying? They got the big thing on them. You know what I'm saying? And they run down on us. They circle us at the airport like, I want to say like bro, like 25, 30 niggas for like 4 of us. You know what I'm saying? So we sit there, we, you know, posting down on us, asking all these questions. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? What you doing? Store owner start taking out video like, yo, this is you, and this is you. Next thing you know, another store owner shows up, and they start pulling out video from their store, and they're like, this is you. And if this isn't you, these are your friends in America, and you know these guys. So we're just like, oh shit, we're about to take the fall for everyone. And you know, they, you know, because of this color, they didn't think I spoke Spanish. So like, I'm listening to him talk, and finally I just had to jump in Spanish, just like, yo, my name, like, how much is this gonna cost to go away? And you know, needless to say, I had to Venmo a police officer to get out of the island. And yeah, man, I'm here. So shout out to Puerto Rico, bro. I'll be back soon.
Shout out to corruption. Made it happen.
Hell yeah, my nigga. I was like, yo, these niggas was talking about taking us into a van, and yo, these niggas was talking wild. And I was just like, yo, how much is it gonna cost? And we went back and forth for a little while. I was just like, all right, man, what's your Venmo? And I had to Venmo these niggas, and yo, I'm back in Brooklyn, so you know, I guess the story went well.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Was you
these niggas had
to go to jail in
on
Puerto
us.
Rico?
Had to fit, like, I'm sorry, you hear what you said?
Nah, I said to go to jail in Puerto Rico to be retarded, bro.
So that's between the group of us. That's what we were telling each other. It's like, yo, my nigga, we can't go to jail in Puerto Rico. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. So it's just like, all right. As soon as I found the opportunity, I'm like, yo, how much is it gonna cost? And, you know, they were with it. I was with it, and you know, shout out to them. Shout out to them.
That's crazy. Was you coming up? Your moms and your pops knew that you wrote graffiti after a certain point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My old man was actually the first one that bought spray paint for me when I was like young. He saw it as like a hobby, and in the back of the house we had like this little like rickety wall. So he's like, man, you know, have fun. You know what I mean? And so, but after a while, like, you know, I bought the, you know, I got spray can art. I got fucking, you know what I'm saying, subway art. Like, once I got these books in my hands, it was kind of over. So he started seeing like, yo, this is like habit forming. Like, you know, this motherfucker's not playing. And then on the other end, my mother was a church lady, and that church lady didn't play. So like, you know, you in my room, I'm in my room. It's just like there is no knock. It's just I'm opening the door like, yo, this is my house. Seeing like my photos, and yo, it was. They definitely knew. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I get those knocks at the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. They definitely knew after that.
You know, they wasn't throwing your paint out the window like Ramo from Beach Street.
Throwing that shit out the window. My mom's ripping up photos. That's one thing I don't have. I don't really have photos from like back in those days because my mother was not playing. Like, you know, me and Fame would walk around with disposables all day. So I had tons of photos. You know, come in the crib, I'd come home and it'd be like a pile of like photos all ripped up. You know, I'm like 19 years old. What am I gonna do? You know what I mean? At that time, you know, getting film developed, that's, you know, we lucky now we got a smartphone, you can take 1,000 pictures, but back then you had to pay for each one. So like just doing that was just difficult. It was difficult to lose it, you know. But yeah, they definitely knew, you know what I mean? And you know, family members knew, cousins knew, you know, I would take them on adventures. Ask anybody in my family, they all been on train tracks because of me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just became fun, you know.
So what about merch? Do you do any like canvases or anything like that? People can't, you know.
I mean, I definitely make canvases. I make art all day. Like I'm lucky enough that I'm in a position where I do art services. You know what I mean? And so that gives me the opportunity to like make shit and be creative all the time, or attempt to be. You know, so yeah, I got canvases. You know, I make stuff all day. You know, draw all day. You know, little shit like this. You know what I mean? So, you know, I feel awkward with that. I'm not necessarily trying to like sell myself on that. I just enjoy making things. So if anyone's interested, it's there. If not, you know, I'm still gonna make it because I love doing graffiti.
Oh, I want that shit right there. That throwy that you're doing right now.
This one here. I got you. I got you. Let's link up. Let's link up, and it's already yours.
Word. Don't worry, I'm not going for you too, bro, because I need that for my collection. That shit is fire, right? You're the first one to do live straight, you know what I mean? A little part on Graph Champs.
Yeah.
We had Astro do a tag, but we didn't, you know, and but
I'm,
yeah,
I'm a
it's
pretty
still
social person, but being on camera is probably not my favorite thing. So I much rather entertain with, you know, drawing, making some shit, you know. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that was fire, bro. Mad creative, bro. As everything you do. That's why you was such an important writer for, especially those years right there, like '99, 2000s. I felt like, you know, 2001s. I felt like graffiti was like getting a little watered down,
Yeah.
and you was really holding shit down for a long time. You still holding shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit down. I was driving through the boroughs and shit, and you still see the rooftops and the highway spots and the, you know what I mean? And
That's
you
kind of
got
like
a
what
lot of work, bro.
that's kind of what I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I love doing streets and street bombing and the filling, but I know the going back and forth with the buff is difficult. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I ain't trying to beat the buff. You know what I'm saying? I much rather look for permanent spots. I like my little cutty spots. I like my little cutty tags and stuff like that. And you know, there's a lot of homies out there to this day who got them cutty spots, and they've been running for, you know, over a decade, even more than that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I aim for these days. I aim for like the cutty stuff, you know, you know, the shit that's gonna run for a while. Painting Main Street is fun. You know, I ain't gonna take that away from Main Street. That shit's fun. I love doing a good clean wall. You know what I mean? But you know, I much rather find that rooftop or that building or that spot that I feel like this is gonna be a runner. You know?
So, because you have like three, like that throwy right there, the one you just did, which was like the first one, and then you have the like the lowercase d one.
Yeah, man.
Which one is your favorite to do? Which one is your favorite?
I think at the moment this lowercase one, which is a combination of something like this. This one is fun because it connects. You feel me? Like from here, this is like a quick in and out. You know. So like with this, I can execute fast, get the name out, and be good. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy doing this one because it flows a little bit more, and I think, you know, anyone who's been in the streets, you know, it's all about those moments and, you know, seconds and minutes. You know, you gotta be in and out. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also like doing something new, at least for myself, because I try to challenge myself. So this right here was fun, but this is like the 90s for me. You know what I'm saying? It's very nostalgic. Like, there's a lot of moments that I had. Like, even painting this, even when I look at it, I think of like a lot of my old homies who I hung out with and the memories and such. Shout out to some homies I didn't hear. But, you know, after a while, like, you know, you got to go through that evolution. And I enjoy just like a variety of just like, yo, you know, let me try this, let me try that. And, you know, sometimes they don't all hit. And I'm okay with them not all hitting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here to say that everything is perfect on my end. It's like all of it is a work in progress. And I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy challenging myself. I enjoy like, you know, making the mistakes and finding where it can be corrected. And, you know, shout out to Take. I see you. You know, just variety. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy a good variety.
Did you ever hit like try to do something creative and felt like it came out crazy whack?
Oh, absolutely. I'm out, you know, even amongst my crew, man. Where I'm my own biggest critic. You know what I mean? And I don't mind that. You know, I don't mind taking a stab at something and it not coming out. Now, if I did my throw up, you know, something like that, something that I should already have down. That's something different. But if I try something different and it don't hit, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with it. I'm not, you know, I'm okay with taking on the challenge. And, you know, again, if it don't hit, then, you know, that means I gotta go back out there and try again.
I like that pixelated shit that you did. The deck looks, that shit was fire too, bro.
Thank you, man. It's, again, man, like I try to aim to do graffiti that is unconventional. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to stand out from the pack, and you know, especially at my age, I'm not trying to keep up with the most. So rather than do the most or quantity, I'm okay with doing quality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with trying just something different. And the pixelated at that time, I thought, you know, I didn't really see nobody else doing it. I feel like people are doing it now, and it's not to say that anyone's biting or anything. It's just to say that, you know, it's good to see that people are trying new things in the game, and you know, it's fun to do. You know what I mean? It's all right. You know, again, I'm challenging myself. So like, if it hit, it hit. If it don't, then I'm okay with that also, because I know I'm trying something different.
So what do you want the game to remember about you when before you exit? Like, you know, after you exit,
After I exit,
what
man,
legacy
you know, just
behind?
that I don't know, man. I don't even know how to even put that into words. But I'll just say this. I will say that like I am niggas. I just want to say that I am somebody that I'm very community based. You know what I mean? I've been writing graffiti for a very long time, and just so homies know, like, yo, man, I was about the game, and you know, I was always down to like work with people and build art, and you know, make shit cool. You know what I mean? It's like I just try to be a chill ass nigga. I'm trying to